Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hales Corners Sim Racing League. Limited late
boxes are full. That's not going to be our problem.
On tap for you right here. Guys, got about 3 minutes of practice. It looks like we got about 22 cars checked in. Guys will be getting ready to go to their qualifying session here just shortly. In the meantime, a quick look at our points. Andy Gross on top, 200 points scored in the series so far. He's got a couple of wins. Reed Rundle picked up a win. He's at 192 points, just 8 markers back. Jason Schilling only 1 point behind in third. Then it's Ryan Fisher, Matt Urban, Derek Failing, Blake Johnson, Kyle Trito, Rick Tackman, and Nick Sobiek in behind all the way through 10th place. 2 shows on tap for you tonight. Late models up first, and then our street stocks will be an extended feature. Going to have 35 laps for both, so the street stocks will go second tonight. These guys in their drivers' meeting right now. You heard when we came live on the air, the admins telling them what was going to be going on tonight. Appreciate everybody being here. Guys, say hi in the chat. I see Mr. Layton. Yes, this is iRacing. Hello, Scott King. How you doing, buddy? Do not be afraid to say hi. It doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, at Twitch, or Facebook. If you're on Facebook on any of the pages, please drop by the Dirt Racing Network, like, share, and follow. On our way to 10,000 followers, trying to eclipse that mark before the end of 2020. So we can have a big show to kick off 2021. Maybe give away some prizes, fan and driver prizes. And if you're on YouTube or Twitch, please subscribe to the channel. You know, every single time we go live, like I said at the beginning, please say hi in the chat. I can see you no matter where you're at. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from. Always fun to know how far around the globe we are streaming. About a minute to go. Quick rundown of this week's shows. With the holiday weekend, going to be a limited number of shows. 2 tonight here for Hales Corner. 1 tomorrow. Dirt Slingers 360 Monday Night Thunder Series. Going to be open setups for the guys at Lernerville. And then Tuesday night, Sim 500 Dirt Division will close out their mixed season. Late models on tap for them. They will crown a late model champion and an overall champion. Shea Paulo picked up the 360 championship last Tuesday night. 8 o'clock Eastern for Dirt Slingers on Monday, and about 9:15 Eastern for the Tuesday night show with the Sim 500 guys. It is time for us to go to pre-race ceremonies as these drivers get ready to go to qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the
You guys just missed a whole lot of really funny stuff. As I had my mic turned off, and I said a whole lot of really funny stuff. Brandon Hull, quickest in qualifying. Reed Rundle, the birthday boy. He is second. J.J. Schilling, Dean Burton, Andy Gross, your top 5. I was giving Reed a bunch of grief, and I was kind of including Mr. Budzine in there as well. Reed had a birthday. I believe it was yesterday, and now we call him Sir Junior. We call Gary Sir. So those guys will love that I have this saved for posterity for them. They are just old, just plain old. Lineup. Heat race number 1, our BG Restoration starting lineup on the pole. The Pink Collar Auto Solutions, number 41 from Oak Creek, Wisconsin, Ryan Fisher. And on the outside of him, going to be Jordan Matson in the 18. Row 2 on the inside, the I-94 Raceway, number 17 from Slinger, Wisconsin, Dean Burnt. And his outside, the 99 is going to be Brandon Hull, your quick qualifier for the evening. Row 3 inside, the Kierzek Electric LLC, number 00 from Waukesha, Wisconsin, Blake Johnson. And on the outside of him in the 051, Mark Spittelmeister. 4th row on the inside, the 33 car of Kyle Trito. That's the Matco Tools machine on his outside, the Black Flag Racing. Number 10 from West Allis, Wisconsin, Tony Ichkowski. Oh. Mr. Johnson, you're going to be a little preoccupied if you're watching. You're supposed to be out there racing. Just a heads up, sir. They're probably looking for you down around your trailer. All right, lights off on the pace track. Green. This time coming out of turn 4. 10 laps. Top 5 cars straight to your feature. Everybody else will have to fight and scratch for those final 5 positions out of the consolation race. But it is time to go green.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is in the air. Heat race number 1 is underway. 12 laps. They extended it for the short track here tonight. 12 laps for our heat races. And down the backstretch, side by side, Fisher and Matson. Now Fisher has the best of that, so nose to tail. Fisher, then Matson side by side between Hull and Burnt. And Dean Burnt out of turn 2 has about 3/4 of a car. Here comes the 00 of Blake Johnson trying to put that in there. New paint on that 00. Car pink this week. So watch them down the backstretch. And now Burnt has cleared the 99 machine of Hull. Oh, there's somebody. Trito put the nose into the inside of pit road. He's not going to be able to get going. He just removes the car from the track so these guys can keep racing. Going to complete lap 4. 8 laps to go. Still Fisher, then Matson, Burnt, Hull, Johnson, and Spittelmeister. Your top 6, Trito and Ichkowski, both to the infield. Work at lap number 6. We'll be halfway the next time by the front stretch. Gap has not changed one bit, first to second, but Dean Burnt has started to reel in Jordan Matson here. Matson in that 19 machine. Now battle on the inside as Hull put the 99 car down on the inside of Dean Burnt. Trying to get that 3rd spot away. Every position counts. It just gets you starting a little closer to the front for the feature. And on a tiny little track like this, where the laps are going to go by real quick, closer you can start to the front, the easier it is to get out in front of everybody. Now with Burnt up high, Johnson took a peek down on the bottom. This is 3rd, 4th, and 5th we're watching right here. Top 2, 3 laps to go. We're watching. All right, through the middle of the pack, Brandon Hull now has secured 3rd. He got away from both Burnt and Johnson. Inside 2 to go. Ryan Fisher has led every lap, but Jordan Matson has been right there in his hip pocket the entire time. White flag in the air one more time. Heat race number 1. Fisher can hang on for 2 more corners. He will win the heat race. be starting close to the front. He does so with Matson right behind Hall. And then Burnt and Johnson nose to tail for 4th and 5th. Your final 2 transfer cars right there. We'll see Blake Johnson, Mark Spittelmeister, Kyle Trito, and Tony Ichkowski in our B main. Get ready for heat race number 2. On the pole, going to be Cody Laviette in the 48 machine. On the outside of him in the RLV Faster Motors VLR number 23 from Big Bend, Wisconsin, Nick Sobiek. Row 2 on the inside, the Shark RC Bodies Gross Racing number 14 from Hartford, Wisconsin, Andy Gross. And on his outside, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Sir Junior Reed Rundle. Third row inside, going to be the 15 of David Kinjerski, and on his outside, the Burnside Motorsports number 55 from Franklin, Wisconsin, John Burnside. And the back row on the inside, Dean Gagliano. I think that's correct in the 34. And on his outside, scheduled to be the 56 of Raymond Lyle. I do not see that 56 car on the grid. Wait for the drivers to start rolling off. All right, so it looks like the 56 of Raymond Lyle will not be in the field. Kinjerski with new paint. That is not the same car we saw him in last week. So 12 more laps, top 5 to your feature. Everybody else into the B main. There'll be 5 spots available from that B main. All right. Laviolette and Sobiek off the front row.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Not sure if the leader might have went just a touch early. We'll see how that shakes out with race control. I think these guys wait for the green. That's going to allow Sobiek to run the high side. He had the lead going into 3. Here comes Gross. Andy Gross, your points leader in the series. Boxed in behind the 48. Squeezed down in by the 23. Now up alongside. Went 2 for 1. Moved the 14 car to the point. He is going to lead lap number 2. And Andy Gross out in front of that is not what the guy back here in 5th wants to see. As Laviolette went way outside. I think he tagged the wall in turn 2. Your third place runner now, the 43 car of Reed Rundle, needs to get around Kinjerski, at least trying to keep Gross in sight. He lets Gross get too far out in front. He's going to start a little bit deeper in the field in that 14 car, and he needs all the help he can get to keep the points close here. So we start to roll into the season, getting close to the midway point of this thing. 48 car already to the infield. We've completed 5 of the scheduled 12. Gross, Kinjerski, Rundle, Burnside, Sobiek, Gagliano, a good distance back in 6th. And as I said, that 48 machine has already made his way into the infield. We'll put our focus on the battle for second right here. 15 car of Kinjerski trying to hold off the 43 of Reed Rundle. Rundle got a little bit out of shape in 3 and 4. Gross easily on a Sunday drive. Coming down to 4 to go this time. Now you see Rundle bring the 43 machine back down to the inside. Already lost quite a bit of time, though. The mistake he made the last time through those 2 corners. He's got a lot of work if he's going to get up here and put any more pressure on Kinjerski for this second position. 3 to go that time by 1.38 seconds for Andy Gross over David Kinjerski, then Reed Rundle. Nick Sobiek, John Burnside, your top 5. That's the final transfer car right there, that green and white machine. And Dean Gagliano back here a ways in the 34. Watching the leader. He is way out in front as he takes the white flag. 1.5 seconds now. Well over 1.5 seconds. As Rundle caught back up to Kinjerski here. We'll see if anything happens on this final lap. Both cars securely into the A main tonight. Gross is going to win it. Kinjerski's going to hang on for second. Rundle third. Sobiek will bring the 23 machine home in fourth. And your final direct transfer car will be the 55 of John Burnside. We'll see Gagliano, Laviolette, and Raymond Lyle, if Lyle is still in the server in our B main. So 2 down, 1 to go in heat races. 8 more cars in this one. 12 more laps. On the pole, the Renegade race cars. Renegade Racing, number 67 from Hartford, Wisconsin, R.J. Tackman. And to his outside, in the Scrub Dub Car Wash, Black Flag Racing, number 8 from Waterford, Wisconsin, Peter Reese. Row 2 on the inside, the Sorens Ford, number 11 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. Going to be Ricky Johnson. And to his outside, sits third in your points, about 9 markers back, the 1 car of J.J. Schilling. Row 4 on the inside, the Shark RC Bodies. Number 112 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. This will be Chris Johnson. And to his outside, the CJR Pride of Tosa. Number 64 from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Randy Brunner. And on your back row is scheduled to be on the inside in the GB Restoration and Repair number 77 from East Troy, Wisconsin, Gary Budzine. And to his outside, Dean Wallach in the 126. 77 car of Budzine not in the field. He is, in fact, pulling admin duties tonight. So we are ready to go green. 12 more laps.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Racing underway. You can see them fanning out a couple wide, almost 3 wide on the exit of turn 2. Cars all over the place, out of shape. I want to say that was Ricky Johnson that maybe whacked the wall there down the backstretch, and it cost him quite a bit of time. So Tackman has the lead. Brees is second. Schilling is third. Then Brunner and Johnson are battling back and forth here. In fourth and fifth, the 64 car of Brunner on the inside. Trying to get that good run in the tacky stuff on the bottom. About half a car advantage for him going into turn 3. Good run off the top side. Johnson able to pull back alongside right in front of Chris Johnson in the 112. It looks like the bottom side starting to gain a little bit of space here. Brunner just inching the 64 car further and further ahead each and every lap. Not that time. Big mistake in the middle of turns 1 and 2. That's going to allow Johnson to have a good run through 3 and 4 on the outside. Dead heat at the line. Johnson. Next to no gap right there for the 11 car over the 64. Still Tackman, then Schilling, and then Brees. 1, 2, 3. We're watching 4th, 5th, and 6th right here. 2 of them going straight to the feature. 1 of them is going to have to work through the B main. Now Ricky Johnson into 4th. The battle is going to come down with 5 to go in the heat race between Brunner and Johnson. Chris Johnson in the 112. Brunner can't get the 64 car up off the bottom, and he is losing time as that bottom looks like it is starting to go away a little bit. And that middle groove is going to be where it is at. The 112 of Chris Johnson now takes that 5th and final transfer spot away with about 4 laps to go. Tackman barely out in front of Schilling, less than 0.3 of a second now. And J.J. Schilling, the W1 machine, third in your points. Needs a good starting spot here in the feature. Maybe pick up a win, close that gap on Andy Gross a little bit. 2 to go that time by. Brees still in third. Then is Ricky Johnson. And Chris Johnson now has started to mount a charge. We're getting close to the end of this one. Coming to the 1 to go mark right here. White flag in hand. Leaders have taken it. Chris Johnson around the inside took 4th away. Brunner's still in the picture. If there's any kind of a mistake from the 112 or the 11 car right here, he'll grab a transfer spot. Tackman wins it. Schilling second. Brees was third. And out of turn 4 at the line, I think, Chris Johnson. By the scantest of margins, Ricky Johnson by 38 1/1000th of a second over Chris Johnson. For 4th and 5th, Brunner and company will be in the B main as we get ready to move on to that 9 cars scheduled to be in this one. It'll be Trito and Brunner on the front row. Gagliano and Spittelmeister in row 2. Row 3, Laviolette and Wellick. Ichkowski and Lyle in row 4. Row 5 scheduled to be the 77 of Gary Budzing. You will not see that car. So you're going to have 8 cars racing for 5 positions. Yeah, pretty much every one of them has ties to Hales Corner in one form or fashion. Get ready to roll them off here. Looks like we're only going to have 6 cars racing for 5 spots. Ichkowski, Lyle, and Budzine. And none of those 3 cars are going to make it to our starting grid. So we will take 5 of these 6 and move them into our feature. Looks like the 34 car of Dean Gagliano is going to drop back to the rear of the field. Guys, appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for spending your Sunday evening. First of 2 shows for these guys. I'll bring the street stocks in here as soon as the late models are all finished up. Clear out the infield, fill it back up with street stocks, and they will go at it one more time tonight. All right, pace truck headed in.
Green.
Green flag is out. Good start for Brunner off the top side. Looks like Randy Brunner is going to have the lead coming out of 2. Here comes Spittelmeister, the 051 car. He is trying to use that high side, keep the momentum up, get second away from Trito. Brunner led the first lap. Side by side, Trito, Spittelmeister. And then it's Laviolette and Willick inside to out in that 3rd row back there. That's your top 5 right now. Dean Gagliano sitting back in 6th. He's a little ways back, probably in a safe spot. If any of these guys have trouble, he'll be able to stay out of the mess and put himself in a transfer position. But Brunner leading Trito. Oh, big slider up the hill. There goes a car into the fence. 51 car of Spittelmeister absolutely destroyed right there. We'll watch this real quick on the replay. You can see the 126 of Wallach right up the hill, right into him, puts him right into the fence. That is going to seal the deal, and now the 5 cars remaining on the track will be in your feature tonight. As the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister destroyed and dragged to the infield. Trito now working the inside, caught up to Brunner. Just not able to clear him right there. Go back here with Walick on the bottom. Or on the top, excuse me, on the top. See his view now. He goes to the bottom of the inside, and he put the nose of that car right underneath the 48. Got him spun around, got him facing back the right way. We'll take a lap on the inside. Takes the 126 to the infield. So now, let's get up here and look. Battle at the front, no longer a battle. Kyle Trito has picked up the lead away from Randy Brunner. Gagliano, he took an EOL to start this thing, was going to start in the 3rd position. That's where he's running right now in that 34 car. Laviolette in the 48 is 4th, and Wallach is scored as the 5th place driver right now. I don't know. He is still parked in the infield. Couple of car contacts, and I think he probably has to do some things to square that thing away before the feature tonight. But Trito coming around to take the 4 to go signal. He got around Brunner. Yeah, he is starting to get away 9/10 of a second. As they run 51 car of Spittelmeister, missing many parts, and he's back on track. He's going to try to get the 51 car around the 126 on the scoring pylon and put that 051 into the show. This time around, he may indeed move up, and he does so. Mark Spittelmeister currently scored as 5th as we're inside 2 to go. Kyle Trito out in front. He's going to see the white flag first. He's got Randy Brunner right behind him, and then it's a little ways back here to Cody Laviolette in that 3rd spot. He got around Gagliano in the 34 car, who is in 4th, and then you see Spittelmeister a few laps down, but in that 5th and final spot. Trito wins the B main. Brunner, Laviolette, Gagliano, and again Mark Spittelmeister will make the transfer to the feature race. Not going to have a lot of time to do any kind of promoting or commercials here, guys, so we are going to get right to it. Fireworks going off outside of turns 3 and 4. Everybody lining up down on the grid. It's going to be J.J. Schilling. 3rd in the points, going to start tonight on the pole. David Konjerski to his outside. 2nd row, Jordan Matson inside. R.J. Tackman on the outside of that row. Then it'll be Andy Gross inside row 3 with Ryan Fisher on his outside. Brandon Hall and Reed Rundle in row number 4. Row 5, Peter Brees and Dean Burnt. The 6th row, Nick Sobiek and Ricky Johnson. Blake Johnson and John Burnside make up a row number 7. Row number 8, Chris Johnson, Kyle Trito. The 9th row, Randy Brunner and Cody Laviolette. And then Dean Gagliano and Mark Spittelmeister in the 10th and final row. 20 cars, 35 laps. So trying to take down the helicopter here with the fireworks right now. All right, 35 laps of green flag racing. Caution laps will not count. Your top 3 in points are starting on the pole, inside row number 3 and outside row number 4. Your points leader in that 14 machine on the inside of row number 3, and we'll see how long it takes that 14 car to get to the front. Schilling would like nothing more than to keep the 14 car behind him the entire way. Pick up some points. Make this late model series a little bit more of a race. The green flag is out. Gross already put the nose of the 14 down on the inside of that 19 car. Going into 1 and 2, thought better of it, backed it up a little bit. Schilling, Konjerski, Matson, Tackman, Gross, your top 5 as they headed into 3 and 4. Now Tackman sliding back behind Gross. So Andy Gross put the 14 car in front for the moment of the 67 of Tackman. He's still got it there. Here comes Reed Rundle. Dicing between cars. He comes out of turn 4, almost 3 wide, and gets himself up into the 6th spot right behind Tackman. Schilling starting to get away already. 6-7 car lengths in front of Konjerski. Oh, there's contact there. Matson got a little bit of a muscle out of the way by Gross. And Rundle took advantage of that, and he snuck right up in there. So Schilling, Konjerski, Gross, Rundle, Tackman, your top 5 now. And they are almost 4 wide behind that. Brees in the 8 car. Now going to squeeze into 6 as they stay 3 wide behind him. That is Fisher. down on the bottom, and Hull up on the top. 41 of the 99 cars. They battle for 8th and 9th right there. Dean Burnt. The 17 car is 10th. We're going to go back towards the front. Gross and Rundle now. This is for 3rd place. Reed Rundle, the 43, able to keep it on the bottom, but not enough momentum. No drive on the exit of the corner. Couldn't pull up alongside. Schilling running the bottom side here, sliding out to the middle in 3 and 4. I think he's doing the same thing in 1 and 2. But so far, that seems to be working for him pretty well. 15 flat. Everybody behind that. Half to a full 10th slower. Kinjerski still in second. Caution for the first time. Peter Brees in the 8 car. Looks like he got sideways. Looks to me like he might have had some help. We'll watch here the 99 car, Brandon Hull and Brees. This is 1 and 2 right before this. Watch the 8 car here down the back stretch. Up to the top side. Yep, got a little bit of a help from that 99 car, and that's going to stack a whole bunch of guys up. You see a couple of them spin to miss. So let's set up our top 10. Schilling, Kinjerski, Gross, Rundle, Tackman, your top 5. Then Matson, Fisher, Johnson, Burnt, Laviolette inside your top 10 right now. $11 laps into this thing. Car is starting to get shaped up 2x2 here. We're about ready to go back to green. 23 laps still in this one.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Once again, Schilling with a pretty good start. He's going to lead them into 1. He's going to have half a car coming out of 2. Gross had to check up from running into the back of him right there in 3 and 4. Battle at the front. New leader. David Kinjerski, the 15 car, picks up the lead. Now Schilling down on the bottom. Here comes Reed Rundle on the inside of Gross. Checks the car up to stay out of him. Gross touches Schilling. That's going to allow Rundle to stay in there. Kinjerski still out in front. But that time, Schilling got a good run into 1 and out of 2, and he pulled right alongside. 2 wide, 2 deep, front 2 rows. Still 2 side-by-side battles as we complete lap number 15, work on lap 16. Gross now clearly in front of Rundle. That's 3rd and 4th. Battle still for the front. Kinjerski's got it this time by. Here comes Gross. Schilling staying married to the middle and the bottom right now in turns 1 and 2 and in 3 and 4 again. So we have caution on the track. Gonna say this one, Jordan Matson, the 19 cars. We'll go see what happened to him. Got a little help right there, Ryan Fisher. You saw the tap. That was coming out of 2. Then gets a pretty good shot in the nose from the 112 of Chris Johnson. So quick look again in the top 10. Kinjerski now the leader over Schilling. Then Gross, Rundle, Tackman, Soviak, Hull, Fisher, Burnt, and Laviolette still in that 10th position. All right, 2x2 once again 15 laps to go this time when we take our green flag.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Gross gave a little bit of a bump to Kinjerski right there. Through 1 and 2. Kinjerski's got the lead. Now Schilling's got company on the inside. Gross with the 14 machine down in the slick stuff, and he falls back to third. Rundle now tried to go top shelf right there. Couldn't make anything happen out of 4. Schilling trying to pull back up alongside Kinjerski, and he's got the nose on the inside. Now Rundle with the full car on the inside of Gross, going into 1 and 2, coming out and down the backstretch. They go through 3 and 4, and Rundle gets a little out of shape, gives the spot back. Still side by side, front 2 rows. Schilling inside Kinjerski right there. The W1 car trying to get the lead back. Not this time by, but here goes Andy Gross to the top side, and he is going to try to work around Schilling. Schilling went through the middle, had the line covered, and Rundle took a shot. Couldn't make that work for third. This time Schilling up the hill, he kind of blocks in and slows Kinjerski down. He had the lead that time by. Now we'll see if he locks the door this time on the slide job out of 2. 1 exact car length going into 3 and 4 as Gross goes to the bottom on Schilling. Schilling to the lead. Gross was second that time at the line with Kinjerski. Way up on the top shelf now, and a big run down the backstretch. Giving up spots. Lost the lead, now lost second. He is in a battle with Rundle. Gross moved up. Made him check up down the front stretch. That opened the door for Rundle on the bottom. Nothing doing for him. He does move up to third around Kinjerski when Kinjerski had to slow on the front stretch. Tackman still in 5th. Then it's Sobiek and Fisher, 6 and 7. Down to it. 6 laps to go this time by, and Gross is there knocking on the door. Andy Gross trying to extend the points lead. Third place in points in front of him. Second place is right behind him. Your points leader coming into the night sandwiched in the middle. Now gets a good run down into 3 and 4. He's got the car alongside. He's going to move Schilling up the hill this time. We'll see what Schilling can do coming out of 2. Good run down the backstretch. Still half a car. Schilling's got to find a little bit of momentum so he can clear and get back to the bottom. He has been really good through the middle and on the bottom. Gets clear of him that time. Brings the car down the hill a little bit. Coming to 3 to go. Gross sliding the car out, trying to keep it off Schilling. Schilling's got the advantage now. Pulls the car down in front. 3 to go that time. 2.5 is their middle of the backstretch. Schilling still in front of Gross, and Rundle still trying to get there. 2 to go this time. Top 3 under a blanket. Schilling, Gross, Rundle. Top 3 in the points are running. Third is first. Second is, leader is second, and second in points was running third as the caution comes out. Not sure that's for. There is a lot of cars look like they slowed for this one. This is happening in front of everybody. I'm not seeing anything here to make me think oh, there's a car on the inside. Was the 112 of Chris Johnson that got backwards right there. He stays on the lead lap just barely, but he did self-spin there on the front stretch, it looks like. So great battle at the front. They're going to get ready. They're going to go side by side on the restart. We usually single file here inside of 10 to go. They're going to go side by side, and that is a key factor. Watch the 14 car on the outside. He is the best at getting these restarts. They're going to have a green, white, checkered when we come out
Green flag.
of turn 4. Both cars on the throttle. Schilling down into 1 and 2. He's going to go in and out. Oh, big time. Contact and up and over goes the 14 car. We were watching live when it happened. I think he got down in there just a little bit on the hot side. So we'll go back. This is 3 and 4. We're watching that orange and white car, number 14, on the outside right here. And I think he gets in there a little hot and he gets a little help. But Tackman probably didn't have anywhere to go right there. Got in. Oh, Tackman got him a little sideways. That's what it was. Tackman got up underneath him, gave him a little love tap, and that turned him around and then up and over for the 14 car. So that is going to shake things up. That's going to put Schilling and Rundle at the front. 1-2, David Kinjerski. Going to come home third as these guys are going to wrap it up. They'll bring the cars around on the front stretch and park them for us. And we'll get ready to do interviews. Talk to the boys down here. Let's make sure everybody is in TeamSpeak. There's Kinjerski, Rundle, and I know Schilling is always here. So let's get him up here. David Kinjerski, you got a copy. Hello, David. David's a little shy, folks. We got to coax him out. It's like getting the cat out from under the couch with a treat. Are you there, David? I heard you. Sounds close. One of those is your push-to-talk button. Guys, we're still trying to...
Okay, can you hear me?
I got you now, buddy. I got you now.
Sorry, I just got a new wheel and I forgot to do the push-to-talk for TeamSpeak.
Oh, well, that'll do it every time. Well, man, what an interesting run there. You took the lead away, then you gave it back, and then you moved a little bit further back. Then you had to work a little bit harder. Man, tell us how interesting that feature was for you.
It was definitely a lot of fun. It was very interesting. Tackman got a pretty good run, and I kind of let him go because he was faster than me. And then last lap, they started wrecking, and I ended up here, so can't complain.
No, a little bit of right rear damage there. I'm sure that was either a brush with the fence or maybe a brush with another car there. But how tough did the track get, especially through the middle of that feature? We saw guys kind of moving around, and you kind of stayed up on the top the whole time.
Yeah, I was definitely more comfortable on the top. It was just easier to run. But then once the faster guys started passing me on the bottom, I kind of tried to move down there. We ran a practice earlier today with the track very similar to this, so I think that helped out a lot.
Well, a fantastic run, man. You come home on the bottom step of the podium, and that's got to feel pretty good. Who's on the car helping you out each and every week before we let you get out of here?
Well, Tweak is a throwback paint scheme to my Uncle Brett Sievert. But my regular car is sponsored by Skis Graphics. That's my personal graphic design business. And then MKE Laser Design, they're doing some pretty cool stuff with some metal signs and stuff. Check them out on Facebook.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you in Street Stocks in a little while, bud.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Third place finisher, David Kinjerski. Let's get the man up here. I don't know what this is going to definitely do to the points yet, but I know that Mr. Reed Rundle fought hard there, had a good battle going with Andy Gross. He comes home second tonight. Reed, you there?
I am, sir. How are you?
Well, how you doing, sir, Junior?
Another year, whatever. I'm doing good.
Another lap around the sun.
Intense. Yeah, that was some intense racing there. Glad we were able to clean it up for sure.
Yeah, it looked like you and Andy were having a hell of a battle, and you guys are 1-2 in the points, separated by 8 markers, and that's going to drastically change as we head into the next race.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had a little bad luck right there at that last green-white checker, and it's one of them things where that's a racing deal. Everybody's, like I said, that was some intense racing. I mean, I was trying high, I was trying low, I was able to get in beneath him a couple times, but just couldn't get it to stick and hold the line coming out.
Nonetheless, a fantastic run tonight, and you guys got a lot of green flag laps in there. How much practice did you guys have coming into this thing? Because this was very, very smooth for such a small track with this group.
Well, I know a couple guys set up servers. I didn't get any in until just before race time, the 15 minutes as far as that goes. But we also had a pretty intense drivers meeting. We went through replays and spent a couple hours, each of the admins last week, going through things. And there were some penalties handed out, and we basically put the word out that we're going to be looking at things a lot better. And this is the kind of racing that we're expecting, like we had tonight.
Well, a great run. You come home second. I know that's going to probably move you, if not to the lead, really, really tight with Mr. Gross for the lead in points. Who you got on the car helping you out before we let you get ready for street stocks?
Yep, Buddy's Racing Equipment, PF Flyers, those guys, Premier Fabricating, Central Services, all thanks for coming aboard. Want to thank Scrub-A-Dub for again sponsoring this division, or both divisions this year, and getting us on you for broadcasting. And you're doing a great job. We love it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and I look forward to speaking to you in a little while.
Sounds good.
Your second place finisher for the late models tonight, Reed Rundle, and now this guy actually, if I'm not mistaken, is the points leader in the street stocks. But tonight he picks up a win in the late models, and he had to fight to do it. J.J. Schilling, you there?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, you had to fight to pick up the win. You had it early. You gave it away to Kinjerski for a while, and you got it back. And then Andy Gross started putting some pressure on you. Talk to us about the middle part of this race.
I honestly loved it. David put on a good fight. Then that yellow came out. I'm pretty sure he said that he didn't want that yellow. Either did I. Then because we knew Andy and Reed would definitely put on a challenge for both of us.
Yeah, some great racing, and you guys were too wide, too deep there in the top four for a very long time, and it was whoever got the best run on the exit of turn 4 was leading at the line. It's got to be a lot of fun when you can trust the guys that much that you can run that close, door to door, and not have to worry about heavy contact.
Oh, for sure, especially with Andy. I know he was driving it in deep. I kind of drove the slider line a little bit. He kind of taught me that in practice before, so I was like, we took it to the race, and it helped paid off.
Well, a great run, man. You pick up the win here. Like I was telling everybody on your way in, I think you're still the points leader in the street stocks, but a win in the late models got to feel pretty darn good.
I'm actually losing in both of them right now.
Well, I hadn't checked the points in, but I know you were third here in the late models, and that's going to definitely improve your position. They're going to probably move you up at least, if not a tie for close to second place. So a great run, man. Who's on the car helping you out before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, I would like to thank David Konjerski for making the scheme. I know he got third. He's pretty happy about that. But all in all, J&A Auto Trim, Rockoff RV, LeMay Motorsports. And hi, Maddie.
I mean, you got a fan, I believe his name, we call him the Hylemaniac. I think David Hyleman was in chat pulling for you, and a great run. You didn't disappoint at all, man. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, thanks. And what's up, David?
All right, we'll see you in the street stocks in a bit, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks. See you in a little bit.
Your winner in the late model tonight, and J.J. Schilling. Let's look at our results real quick. Schilling wins at Rundle with second. Kinjerski in third. Laviolette comes home in fourth. Brandon Hall fifth. Dean Burnt in the sixth spot. Kyle Trito was seventh. Mark Spittelmeister in eighth. Ninth to Ryan Fisher. Peter Reese in 10th. Nick Sobiek in the 11th spot. Chris Johnson in 12th. 13th to Blake Johnson. John Burnside was 14th. 15th to Jordan Matson. 16th R.J. Tackman. Dean Gagliano in 17th. Ricky Johnson in 18th. Andy Gross in 19th, and that's going to make a big slip in the points for him. And then Randy Brunner rounded out the field. It's going to do it for us in the late models. We'll be back here, I want to say in about 20-25 minutes with our street stocks as these guys get the server lined up. Opens at the top of the hour. We give them 15 minutes of practice. We'll go live about 5 or 10 after, so give us at least 20 minutes here, and we'll be right back with you guys. Like, shares, and follows on the Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You'll know every time we go live. Hales Corners Speedway Sim Racing League Street Stocks on tap, 35 laps, right back here at Lanier in just a few minutes. Until we see you the next time, for myself and Dominic Santina here at the Dirt Racing Network, everybody keep it dirty.